Hey guys, gals, and other potential life forms that are tuning in. My name is Jacob, and I'm here today to talk to you about overcoming fears and procrastination. And to keep this video from running a little too long, I'm going to go ahead and keep all the stuff about me, hopefully in a about me video, since this is just the start of my mini videos that I'm going to do, vlogging, gaming, music, kind of just some of the little stuff that I want to do. So not to waste any time, getting things started, first I'm going to talk about fears, which of course we all have fears. Try to deny it, they're there. Yeah, some of my fears are cameras, public speaking, tripods with cameras. Yeah, so you're probably wondering, why has this kid got a camera in his face? Yeah, it's the Chinese New Year, so you know what that means. Resolutions. I'm not gonna say New Year, New Me, or all that annoying crap that other people say, but yeah, basically, yes, you guessed it. You's right. I'm gonna start vlogging. Um, so yeah, I'm just gonna start talking about how to overcome fears, and these may help you a little more if you have similar fears to me. And if not, then they'll still probably help you anyway. Number one, you just need to wean yourself from your just normal everyday life. And if it's not a major fear that's life threatening, like a poisonous cobra, I can understand those, or a lion, or disease, then yeah, then or public speaking. Actually, public speaking is not a major threat unless you're in politics. But anyways, um, so yeah, just wean yourself. If you're afraid of needles, for example, just start sewing. Yeah, just slowly start sewing. Be, of course, careful anytime you deal with needles, but knit you a little scarf or embroider something. You get a hobby out of it too. Um, One of my friends is probably deathly afraid of Godzilla, so my advice to her would be, yeah, just look at a picture of Godzilla every day and just be like, it's not that scary. It's not actually even real, to be honest. Sorry, Kelsey. Um, but no, yeah, that's just a little step to help you out. Number two, ask yourself, why am I afraid of said thing? Why does it bother me? If you ask yourself every time you encounter it, you'll soon realize, unless it's dangerous, of course, then there may not be a reason. Something may have stuck to you in your childhood and may have made you afraid of it for whatever reason. But yeah, if you ask yourself every day, why am I afraid of this? You may realize you've never been afraid to begin with. Number three, talk to someone about it. Yeah, definitely talk to someone about it. If it's an irrational fear, if it's something that's stressing you out on your everyday life, like public speaking, you have to end up public speaking, do a public speech like for class, or if you are in a job that requires you to take a lot of pictures, then yeah, if it's bothering you that badly, definitely talk to someone, one of your friends, close family members, and if they're a good enough friend or family member, they will definitely help you out in any way they can. And of course, they'll just talking through it with somebody will just talking about it in general just helps you overcome something like that. um, Number four, what I'm doing right now, just dive right in. If it's not dangerous to you, then if you've done these little steps and then if you're not gonna run away from it at that point, then yeah, just go ahead and dive in. If you're afraid of taking a bad picture, or if you're afraid of pictures in general, like I am, then yeah, just take a picture every day. Leave it on your phone, even if you don't like it, because it may not bother you as much later. You may actually like the picture. You might just have an irrational thing where you hate every picture you see. But if you leave it on there, take a picture every day. You don't have to show anybody. You can lock your pictures out from other people if you really, really are that afraid, or if you're afraid of taking videos like I am, which I'm gonna upload this, hopefully not edit it as much as possible. Actually, I probably won't edit this video at all. But anyways, yeah, just dive in. If you're afraid of swimming or water, just go in. I had an experience when I was 5 where I almost drowned. It felt dramatic. Every time I remember it's dramatic, but I don't know, just whenever I learned to swim, it was kind of by myself, so I just slowly learned to swim. Actually, it was pretty quick. I think swimming's just in my family's blood, but yeah, it wasn't that hard for me to learn swimming, thankfully, because I just really like water. Maybe I had an opposite reaction and realized that if I don't like water now, I'm gonna have a big problem. So yeah, if you're afraid of learning how to swim, jump in the pool. Go to the shallow end. Just swim in the shallow end. You can't drown in the shallow end. Once you feel like you're good enough to swim in the shallow end, just go ahead and go. Yeah, these are just some basic tips on how to deal with your fears. They may help you. It's just talking about it, even if you're talking to yourself. Um, just talking about things like that just help you realize, hey, this is stupid or something like that. But anyways, yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about is probably my worst subject, which is gonna be procrastination. I am one of the worst procrastinators in probably the history of history. So, who better to talk to you about how to not procrastinate than someone who suffers the same fate? Yeah, number one on procrastination, don't get dazed or distracted. I personally, it's extremely easy for me to just daze out, or if a good song comes on while I'm listening to a song, to get distracted with that and then just go through music all night or go through videos all night, and that's not good. So it's good to keep focus. I know focus is one of those words where it's easy to say but hard to master. Yeah, just it's just a conscious effort of, yeah, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted, especially for your ADHD sufferers out there that, you know, may not be easy for you. I'm gonna go back to fears. Yeah, talk to somebody about it. If you have ADHD, just say, hey, I have this problem. What should I do? And some people will say, get some medical help. Maybe it'll help you out. But I digress on that because there's different levels of ADHD, different all kinds of stuff. So you may not be as bad as someone who severely suffers it. But so yeah, do not get distracted. Almost caught myself there. Um, but another thing to do, yeah, and it's easy for me to daze too, because if I get nervous or get high anxiety, I'll just forget what I'm doing, and I'll just catch myself running in circles, and I'm like, and then 20 minutes later, I'm like, what have I done for the past 20 minutes? So yeah, another tip on how to not procrastinate is be very aware of your time. It is very imperative, if you do not want to procrastinate, to check your time if you're doing a very important project, something for work, something for school, check every 30 minutes, an hour, check what time it is. I know when I get home, yes, definitely when I get home from work, I will watch a quick video on YouTube. Speaking of which, if you're watching this video and you're procrastinating, at least finish to the end of the video so that way you know how to not procrastinate. But yeah, when I get home, I'll watch a YouTube video or I'll start playing some music, and then it'll just be an ongoing thing. And I don't keep track of the time. I'm on my phone, like, doing all these things. I never look at the time. And come 10, 11, 12 o'clock, I'm still doing what I'm doing, but then I'll look at the time and I'm like, where did all that time go? Time awareness is a very important deal, and I'm not saying you have to do this every day, but if you have important things coming, yeah, just keep track of what time it is. That will definitely help you to say, hey, I have to do this by this time. That gives me this many hours to do this or that. Then, yeah, you may get what you need to get done, which is good. That's what your ultimate goal. Number three, get an early jump on whatever you're doing. I cannot tell you how important it is to just get that early jump, because that's where procrastination starts. Is I'll do it later. No, you do not want to do it later. Even if it's something you can do later, which is fine. But yeah, just say, hey, I'm gonna do this at this time. Most of you have phones, don't lie. So go ahead and set a reminder. Like, even, I know that you may be in school at that time, so you may want to still get it done, but you're in school and this teacher hands you an essay out. Yeah, start that day. Don't start the next day or the next day after that. Set a reminder to start researching or start this paper or start these footnotes or whatever you're doing or work related. Do that. Set the reminder then and there. That way you can have a conscious effort of, I'm going to be doing this or that. And I filed my taxes the day after I got my W-2 this year, which is extremely amazing because last year I filed my taxes the last day, which is never good because I could have threw my money in a savings account and probably like tripled my money. No, not really. But I could have, I could have saved a lot of time. Yeah, I already got my taxes back, which is good. Most of it, at least. There's state tax where I used to live. So yeah, don't get distracted. Number 4 on how not to procrastinate. While you're doing something, that's a good thing. Yeah, definitely do what you're doing if you're doing it. Just think happy thoughts or think of something that makes you happy without getting distracted, of course, and or associate pleasurable memories with what you're doing. That way, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, it won't be as bad, if that makes any sense. It'll keep you from basically pulling your hair out from, yeah, it'll keep you from going crazy. Happy thoughts include music. If you can play music if you're not at work, of course, you can't play music at work 99% of the time. But if you're doing a paper or if you're reviewing stuff for your boss or whatever it is, if you play some music, set a playlist specifically for just general music that you like, not like music that you really, really like that you'll go on a tangent on afterwards if you start playing that music, because I know I do that all the time. A little bit of a music fanatic. But yeah, start you a playlist. Just general music you like, or find a radio station, Pandora, or Google Music, iTunes, whatever it is. Start that playlist, and then at that point, it'll cruise you from what you need to do, and of course, keep aware of your time. So yeah, that'll help you out a lot. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I look forward to starting my new channel with the gaming, music, hopefully overcoming objective videos in the future. Yeah, and if you're procrastinating, just stop.